Today we're going to be using a strap. If you have a yoga strap, if you have a t-shirt, if you have really anything that's just going to give you a nice like shoulder width resistance. I'm using a resistance band. It does not have to be one of those. Maybe have yourself a dance party, pause the video, get down, and let's get started. We're going to stand at the middle or somewhere on our mat. And just in your Tadasana, having your strap nearby, maybe just kind of let it hang out. Feel free to take a couple deep breaths. Whatever mantra you need to hear today, like I am awesome, or I am strong, I'm smart, I'm healthy, I'm sexy, I'm whatever I need to be at every moment because I am whole. So breathe into that for a few more breaths. Feeling your feet, feeling your toes, maybe taking yourself somewhere for your practice that you need to go. Let's take 2 more really long, deep inhales. And sweet, slow exhales. Maybe blow some extra steam out, blow some extra air. Let some of that go. And then just when you're ready, blink those eyes open. Come back to your YOGA30. Come back to your happy place. Reach that strap out in front of you. I'm gonna put it around my hands because that works well for me. You can always just hold on to that t-shirt, really anything that works well. And we're just gonna bring our arms so they're about shoulder height. And dropping down the arms. On your inhale, raise up. And as you exhale, lower down. And as you inhale, raise up. Trying to keep those arms pretty much shoulder width. Maybe a little bit wider, maybe a little bit narrow. So in our yoga, our inhales lift us, thinking about taking the pressure off of the diaphragm, and our exhales kind of bring us deeper into where we've chosen to be. Deeper into the pose, deeper into our bodies. Maybe it's physically deeper into the shape. Give yourself a few more and just kind of notice if your ribs are really, really helping out and you're like arching your back. Sure, if that feels good, do it. But see if you can wrap those ribs in, maybe even give yourself your own resistance against that stretch, really contracting through the belly as you do that. Give yourself 2 more, all the way up, noticing how far back the biceps go by the ears, but not being attached to whatever it looks like. Just enjoying whatever it feels like. And then your next one, we're gonna bring that strap or that t-shirt all the way overhead. Our feet are hip distance. We're gonna take a big breath in and exhale over to the right. Just take a side bend with those arms shoulder height, shoulder distance. As you inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, go to the other side, to the left. Really reach, so good. On your inhale, come back to center, get a little longer, a little taller. On your exhale, bend over to the right. And just move through this. Inhaling to your center. Ooh, my back just popped. Give yourself any adjustments you need. Exhale over to the right. Really gripping into the feet. And let's just take a couple more rainbows. If you need to bend the knees and maybe just kind of sweep it forward. Really just opening up to your own mobility. Checking in with those shoulders, just kind of warming them up. We've got a lot of work for them today, but it's not what you think. It'll sneak up on you, hopefully. Slowly drop those down. We're just gonna kind of roll those shoulders out. Maybe give yourself a couple hugs, squeeze those arms back. Already feeling that blood flow. Let's do 1 more. We're gonna come into that strap, either holding onto it or having it around your arms. Your feet are just a little bit wider than hip distance. Take a big breath in. We're gonna leave our arms up, but we're gonna sit down into our squat. So inhale up, exhale, squat. So just kind of gaze beyond the nose. Maybe your head is tilted down slightly. Squeeze your booty to get you all the way back up. All 4 corners of the feet stay on the mat. If that's ever too much, just reach your arms out, lifting up. So down, and up. Give yourself 5 more deep squats. Waking up those legs. Waking up those shoulders. Good, last 2. And last 1. Fold over your body. Bend your knees. Place that strap next to you. We're done with it for now. And just start to kind of sway, holding on to opposite elbows. Letting your head go. And just kind of cradling the baby side to side, bending your knees. Maybe you can even feel your belly on your thighs. Maybe you can feel your head release because you get to hold it up all day. See if you can let it go. With those knees nice and bent, connect your palms wherever they land. Place them at the top of your mat. Step your feet back into a plank pose and then just lower onto your belly. As you inhale, lift up through your baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows back. And as you exhale, lower down. Really light fingertips. As you inhale, lift your chest. Come all the way back up to your baby cobra. And as you exhale, roll it down. Take one more just like that. Inhale, squeeze the elbows back. Exhale, lower down. Start to tuck the toes, bend the knees, and then just take a brief child's pose to extend through those shoulders, dropping down your head, keeping those toes tucked. Maybe just kind of sway side to side and feel the chest get a little bit lower, a little closer to the mat. And then really pull those hips back, reach the fingertips forward, lift up through the elbows if they're not already. Take 2 more breaths. Feel that all the way up into the upper back, the mid back, even the armpit. We're just going to walk the hands back to the knees, tucking through the toes as slow as you can. Ragdoll your body all the way up. Maybe upward salute on your way. Inhale, greet this day, greet the sun. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. So we're at the back of our mat, and we're just going to get started. We're going to get flowing. We don't need the strap right now. We're going to use it at the end to get a little stretchy. But for now, just bring your hands to your hips, reach to the sky, keeping the arms there. Start to lift up through your right leg. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, straighten through that leg. Bend your left knee, step it forward. So you're in a right high lunge, right Anjaneyasana. So give yourself 3 breaths. This is our first lunge, so maybe just kind of ease into it. Pulling those lower ribs in, pulling that right hip back, and staying with your breath. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, step forward into a chair pose with that left foot. Give yourself 3 breaths at the top of your mat. Your hands can always rest down to your palms in front of your heart. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Lift up through your right heel. Pick up through your right knee. Both knees are bent. Start to extend your right leg back behind you. Place it down. You're in a left high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Just feeling that first stretch on that right side. Feeling the shoulders soften, but reaching all the way up with the fingertips. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Start to straighten that front leg. Start to reach forward. Plant your palms. Step your right foot forward. Lengthen your spine. Plant your palms all the way down. Step both feet back. Take a push-up if you want it. Drop your knees, drop your forearms. Pull your body through an upward facing dog. As you exhale, tuck your toes, find your downward dog. Take a big breath in your nice, sweet inversion. And as you exhale, start to walk one palm at a time, connecting the heels, bending the knees, rolling your body up, reach to the sky. Keep the arms there. Lift your left leg high. Straighten through your left leg. Reach your left toes forward. Gently land into that low, high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Extend your fingertips all the way to the sky like you're holding something powerful and magical above your head, because you are. Take one more breath. Stay for your exhale. Start to hinge forward, stepping into your chair, reaching those arms all the way up. Take 3 breaths. Relax the shoulders. Reach the arms up. Take one more breath. Lift your left heel. Step your left foot back. Find your high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Focusing on the now. Focusing on the toes. Keeping the arms lifted as long as you can. Start to straighten into that front leg. Reach forward with a flat back. Bend your knee. Step forward. Lengthen your spine. Plant your palms. Step your feet back. Take your optional push-up with your optional vinyasa. Find your downward dog. Take your time. Move with your breath. Take one inhale here. Complete your exhale. Begin to walk your palms back. Notice if you're walking your same hand back, try to do something different. Bend your knees, roll it up, reach to the sky, keep your arms there. Lift your right leg. We've been here before, straighten it, step it forward gently into that high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Relax those shoulders. Imagine reaching all the way up like you're holding onto that strap. Maybe lift up through that left heel a little bit more. Take 1 more breath. And then step it forward into your chair pose, however high or low you want to be. Maybe connect your palms or keep that fire, arms lifted. Take 1 more inhale. Start to lift your right heel. Start to squeeze your right heel to your glute. Step it back to your high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Whew. Big inhale through those arms, through the shoulders. Stay with it. Reach to the top of your mat with your bent knee. Now straighten your leg and bend your knee. And straighten your leg, bend your knee. Do that 1 more time. Keep your chest lifted and then forward fold. Step back. Take your optional vinyasa. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Take a full breath. Complete your exhale. Walk your hands back with the other hand first. Bend your knees. Roll your body up. Salute the sun. Greet this brand new day. Arms stay lifted. Lift your left leg high. Straighten your left leg. Start to step forward gently. Take 3 breaths. Getting into that rhythm. Getting into that YOGA30 mindset. Yoga every damn day. Relax those shoulders. Good. Take 1 more inhale. We're going to step it forward to that chair pose. Maybe we go a little lower this time. Try to keep those arms lifted. I feel it too. Take a big breath in. Lift that left heel. And then start to squeeze your heel to your glute. Step it back to your lunge. Stay here. 3 breaths. Feeling that heat. Feeling that power. We're going to keep our knee bent. We're going to reach forward, hinging forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Reach forward, straighten the leg. Step it forward, lengthen your spine. Step your feet back. Take your optional vinyasa or meet in a downward facing dog. Take a breath. All right, start to walk your hand back, maybe left hand, right hand, 1 at a time. Forward fold, rolling it up. Reach to the sky, but this time connect your palms at your heart. Really push your palms together. Squeeze your elbows back and down. Maybe close the eyes. Beautiful. So then slowly blink those eyes open. Stand to the middle of your mat and come into this wide-legged stance. So try to encourage your toes to point forward. If they need to point out for the hips, for the legs, honor your beautiful body. Let's bend the knees. And then straighten through that right leg, but keep your left knee bent and just start to pulse a little bit. So if there's any discomfort in the knee, maybe point those toes out. Good. For 3, 2, and then switch sides. Pulse into the right leg. Keeping your chest lifted. If you want more, you're going to reach those arms overhead if you need more of that burn. Come to center, bend into your other leg, squeeze. For 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. 8, 7, 6, 5. Get a little deeper. 4, 3. Keep your arms lifted. 2, and switch. For 8, 7, 6. Stay lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Keep it going. 8, 7. Bend. 6, 5. Keep your chest lifted. 4, 3, 2. Now last one, each side, get lower. Maybe reach forward. Keeping your chest lifted. Imagine you're holding onto that strap and then switch sides. For 8, 7, get low. 5, 4, 3, 2. Go back to your left side. Sink a little lower. Maybe bring your hands down. Maybe sink your hips a little more. If you want a pulse to get you down there, this is morning for me, so my hips are a little tight. Give yourself a sweet transition. Maybe lower all the way down onto that left heel. Maybe point your right toes up and extend your right arm to the sky in your Skandasana. Give yourself 3 breaths to find your shape, to let your muscles know they're gonna be okay. Good, one more inhale. Reach that right arm all the way forward, push into it, lift your hips, reach your left arm all the way over, find your Skandasana second side. Maybe take a few pulses before you let yourself explore a little deeper. If this is available to you, reach that left arm all the way up to the sky. Give yourself 3 breaths to find your shape and to be okay with what it looks like. Holding more attachment to what it feels like. Plant your left palm down, push into it, take a wide-legged fold, maybe bend those knees, shake it out, walk your feet back together, zip up the legs, roll all the way up. So we're gonna come back into our flow, and then we'll finish with a little upper body and a little bit of stretching for the outsides of the hip. So now that the arms are a little bit more woken up, standing at the back of your mat, you know where we're going. So inhale those arms up, big breath in. Start to lift up through that right leg, extending through that right leg to straight. Bend your left knee, gently place your right heel down into your high lunge. Take 3 breaths. Pushing into your left heel, pushing into your right heel, keeping your hips squared. Take 1 more inhale. On your exhale, power through to chair, stay low, take 3 breaths, squeeze your legs apart from one another, more power. All right here, bring it in. Take 1 more inhale, keep the arms lifted. On your exhale, lift your right heel, bend your right knee, step it back to high lunge. Take 3 breaths, keep those arms lifted as if you're holding something magical and powerful, because you are. 1 more inhale. This time, step it forward, back to chair. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step your feet back. Take a push-up if you want it. And then just send the hips high, downward dog. Take a big breath to reset. And then slowly walk those hands all the way back to the back of your mat. Bend your knees, roll it up, upward salute. Keep the arms there. Lift your left leg. Big inhale. As you exhale, straighten through that leg. Gently drop your heel first, and then your toes. Find your lunge. Take 3 breaths. Bring it all in. Stay low. Good. 1 more breath cycle. And then step it forward to your chair pose. Keep your arms lifted. I know you can. Reach to the sky. Sitting as low or as high as you wish. Start to lift up through that left heel, but stay low in your hips. Squeeze your left heel to your glutes. Step it back to your high lunge. Big breath in. 2 more on your own. Keep those arms lifted. Activate even through your fingertips and your fingernails. 1 more inhale. On your exhale, step it through to chair. Last 3 breaths. Stay with me. Get nice and low. Arms reach up. Maybe they're shaking. Give yourself that break if you need it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back. Dropping onto the knees, so the soft part of the knees, just above the kneecaps. Bringing those hands just underneath your shoulders. So just kind of check those out for a minute as you lower down. We're coming into 8 push-ups. We'll rest for 8 breaths, and then we're going to come back into 8 push-ups, because I want you to feel this after your 30 days. I want you to feel it physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So squeeze your tailbone in, get long in your spine, really lift your chest. 8 push-ups, here we go. Elbows in. Trying to connect your chest down. Trying to keep your neck in line with your shoulders, not rounding all the way down, because then you might hit your head. That doesn't feel good. Take 4 more. Elbows squeezing back for 2. And 1, child's pose. Take 8 breaths. Moving at your own pace. Going through your 8 breaths after your 8 push-ups, whatever they look like. Try to tap in more to what they feel like. And let's bring our Chaturangas, our upward facing dogs, into our push-ups. As you breathe for 4 more breaths. Imagine as we push up next that you're going to wrap those shoulders back, You're going to open your heart as if you're giving yourself a little back bend because you're so stable. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Start to roll your body up. Find your push-up position. Take a big breath. I am strong. I am powerful. 8 push-ups. Let's go. Trying to connect your chest down. Trying to gaze just beyond your nose. Elbows squeezing back. Good. If you lose count, no worries. Just do a few more. Last 2. Child's pose. 8 breaths. We're going to go through that one more time, which means you're going to do more than 20 push-ups. And that's pretty awesome. Take about 2 more breaths. Letting your head go, letting all the muscles in your body just be supported by the gravity of your yoga mat. All right, crew, last set. 8 push-ups, shoulders and hands right in line. Get on the soft part of the knees, or if you're super hardcore, you're on your toes. Here's looking at you, kid. 8 push-ups, let's go. Elbows back. For 7. For 6, go at your own pace. For 5, really squeezing into each fingertip. Trying to keep your neck lifted. Trying to keep your chest open for 2. Whew. And 1, take a child's pose. Let that go. And then just when you're ready, we're gonna roll all the way onto our backs. We're just gonna finish with a little bit of fun stuff. So make sure that strap is somewhere nearby. We don't need it quite yet, but we're gonna reach those legs all the way up to the sky. We're just gonna finish with some core. I'm gonna try to add more of that in throughout the rest of the program because who doesn't want more core? We're gonna lift those toes all the way up to the sky, and we're just gonna come into scissors. So maybe it feels better to have your hips elevated with your hands underneath, and we're just gonna slowly switch one leg up, one leg down. The head can stay rested. Try to activate through the toes. Try to hover the legs as much as you can, and just kind of imagine this cross switch happening. So it's as if they're kind of passing the torch. They pass one another because one goes up, the other goes down. Trying to keep those legs as straight as possible. If you want more, you're gonna lift your shoulder blades off the mat. You're gonna look at your belly button. You're gonna stay with your breath. Maybe even reach those arms out in front of you. Give yourself 8 more. Switch, switch. Good, for 5. For 4, switch. For 3, pull your lower belly in. Maybe lift those shoulder blades off the mat for 2. And 1, hug those knees in. Rock side to side. Bring your arms out like a goalpost so that you can push into the back of the elbows. So we got a 90-degree bend, and then we're in a reverse tabletop. So squeeze those legs together, flex your feet, take an inhale in the center, and on your exhale, just drop your knees over to the right, but don't really let them touch. Push into your left elbow so that you can lift your hips back up. On your exhale, twist over to the left. Don't let them touch. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center. So this should just feel really awesome. Trying to keep a 90-90. So not hugging the knees in super close. Push them away so that you're activating through the belly. Really pushing side to side. Give yourself 1 more on each side. Yeah, really pushing into those elbows. Maybe thinking about your day, or just enjoying the few more moments that you get to be present with your body. Hug those knees in. Maybe interlace or hold on to opposite elbows if that's available, or just hold on to the shins. Getting those knees as close to your body as possible. And then if your tailbone's like all the way off the mat, see if you can push it into the mat so that you can almost traction through those hip flexors. And then pick up your head, tuck your chin, and then place the very back of your head on the mat so that there's less space in the front of your neck. Yeah, and then just think about your lower jaw, the bone that connects right around the insides of the ears. See if it can just be heavy. See if you can even kind of depress it into your mouth a little bit so you kind of give yourself an underbite. Feels so good. Take 3 breaths. Good. One more inhale. Nice, slow, long exhale. And then just kind of get that fresh blood flow in the legs. Maybe extend one, then the other. We're going to roll it up to our side. Sitting up into a seat. It might be nice to sit on a pillow if your hips are kind of tight. But what we're going to go from here, make sure that strap is nearby. We're going to cross our left leg down so the outside of our left foot is there. And then we cross the foot over, or possibly trying to stack the knees on top of one another. This is not necessary. What feels best to you? Lose the pillow, add it, take whatever you need. Coming into our shoelace pose. So our heels are just on the outsides of our hips. We're gonna hold on to the shins, letting the elbows come in nice and close. Maybe even close down those eyes. See what it feels like to be here. Maybe you start to hinge forward, feel a little bit more into that stretch. And once the hips feel like they've kind of loosened up into that space, with our right leg on top, we're gonna reach that right arm out to the side, lift all the way up to the sky, bend your arm, try to touch the back of your back, and then maybe just start, if it's totally far away from the top of your back, then maybe just hold on to your triceps, stretch, let the shoulders ease into that. If you've got a connection at the back of your, like in between your shoulder blades, you can feel that. See if you can keep that there. Give yourself the strap, so hold on to it, and then reach that left arm out. Rotate your palm away from you, so behind you. Bend your elbow, yeah, big internal rotation, and then just start to walk your hand up. Maybe you just hold on to the strap and you work here. Ooh, this is nice. It's a little bit of resistance in my stretch. Or you start to walk those hands and perhaps you find a really deep but hopefully welcome shoulder stretch. It should be mildly uncomfortable on that left shoulder. Hence the word mild. It should not be extra spicy. We're not looking for heat right now. We're looking for what's available. Each exhale, that left shoulder might get a little bit lighter. Your head might become a little bit more soft. Take one more breath cycle, pointing that opposite elbow to the sky, slowly releasing through that left arm. I really like to just kind of open it out. It's still pretty early. If you're practicing in the morning, just kind of shake that out. Really, really good. So bring that opposite leg on the bottom. So right leg on the bottom. Left foot either crosses on top right here, or if it's available, grab the shin. Give yourself a stack. Bring the strap nearby, but just feel what's happening. Maybe hinge forward. Get a little deeper. See what's available today. Let it be okay that might be different, because I promise it will be. Thank goodness. And then coming back to center, grabbing onto that strap, reach out, bend your left elbow, grab onto that left elbow, give yourself that tricep stretch. If that feels good and you have connection at the back of your hand, then again, you're just gonna keep that. Maybe you can let that other arm go and your elbow can still point somewhere up towards the sky. Reach your right arm out, face your palm towards the back. So feel that whole, we are internally rotating this whole shoulder, this whole arm. Start to bend that arm. If it's available, find that strap. If it's crazy intense, then just ease into it like you're tiptoeing into the water. Maybe you connect the fingertips, maybe not. Wherever you are, try to push the head into the hands. And just try to soften in the hips. This pose really forces us, kind of like backs us into a corner to be present with what's happening, because there's a lot going on. Together, let's let that be okay. Because we're in a safe place. We're the only ones facilitating these shapes, these poses, our mental clarity. Let's take 2 more breaths. Breathing into what feels good. Softening through the hips, the belly. Blinking the eyes open. Gently releasing the strap, unwinding through that right arm. And then we're just going to reset in a tabletop. So slowly come out of your shape. Move your pillow if you had it. And we're just going to spread the fingertips wide. We're going to rotate through these circles just like it's our first day, our first practice. Everybody's got to start at day 1. Take a few more breaths. And we're just going to finish with a puppy dog pose. So the hips stay over the knees, the arms reach all the way out, and then maybe just start to melt. It's okay to totally push the hips up high so that you can melt your belly, maybe melt your forearms, maybe melt your forehead for more of a stretch. Bring your chin to the mat. Give yourself 3 breaths. Puppy dog pose. I know you've all seen a puppy reach forward and they go, oh, and they do this cute little groan. At least mine does. She's so cute. So breathe into your spine, your cuteness. Smile at something that makes you happy. And then just slowly drop the hips as you shift the palms back. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you keep moving and you keep being kind to yourself because you're doing awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Hope you have a sweet night. Namaste.